And with the ceremonial lighting of the officially traditional and traditionally official Creepy Cheapies candle, that week's installment of Creepy Cheapies was officially up and running. With the book of matches provided by McGarvey's Nautical Restaurant of Vermilion, Ohio. Good evening, mask lovers. Tonight's horrifying affront to the senses here on Creepy Cheapies is none other than this thing. What the heck is that? Well, it's called Razor Teeth. That's right, his first name is Razor and his last name is Teeth. Although I don't believe he's any relation to Dr. Teeth of Muppet fame. Because Razor Teeth here is in fact from a movie called Frankenstein's Army, which came out in 2013. And it's a scary movie. It's scary. It isn't exactly good because there's not much of a story, and a lot of it is done in found footage style, kind of unconvincingly found footage, but you know what found footage movies are, right? I will assume you know already that a horror movie referred to as a found footage movie, that's something that exists. And found footage is basically movie land shorthand for so poorly made and shot and edited and lighted and acted and photographed that it would be unreleasable except under any other form except being called found footage. That's what that normally means. But anyway, Frankenstein's Army from 2013, in spite of having a lot of the found footage foibles in it, is an interesting movie. It's scary and it's very gruesome, and the good news is that most of the effects in it are not computer animated cartoons. Most of the effects in it are what we old schoolers refer to as practical effects. Things like masks and costumes and puppetry and things that were actually there on the set in 3 dimensions and physically existed, okay? As opposed to just being cartooned in later like so many genre movies do at this point in the history of the world. Frankenstein's Army does have a lot of actual stuff. Actual stuff that was in front of a camera. Wow, kind of a radical notion there for monster movies. One of the many hideous abominations in the movie is old Razor Teeth here. There's not a lot of explanation given for his particular appearance or his particular function or his particular origin, but all of them are hideous monsters that were created in the style of the original Frankenstein's monster by a descendant of the original Frankenstein, using parts of human bodies and machine parts. So they're kind of these steampunk, retro, cyborg, zombie kind of things. And it sounds dumb, but they actually sell it in the movie. It's pretty convincing. It's pretty believable, and if you can get past the ugly photography and the graininess and all that, it can be fun because it's kind of like going through a haunted house at Halloween. It's just running through hallways and weird monsters pop out one after another. So that's always a good thing. Ghoulish Productions brought us this and a number of other masks from the movie Frankenstein's Army in time for Halloween of 2014. And as you can see, this guy has a lot of slimy, wet, glossy stuff going on. Contrary to his name of Razor Teeth, one thing that he does not really have is razor teeth, because actually, other than the specific placement thereof, which as you can see is perpendicular to traditional human tooth placement, apart from that, he has rather normal person teeth. But nothing else about him is very normal. He has entirely more eyeballs than a guy normally needs, and he's a strange color, and he's got electrical, I guess these are battery contacts, battery terminals coming out, and he's just ugly and creepy and weird. And he kind of gets an award from Dr. Lady for not looking like any other mask. I mean, he just looks like a weird thing. He doesn't look like a lot of other masks, so that's cool. I don't know that you'd need to have a dozen of these in your haunted house, but one of these running around scaring people, yeah, absolutely. And of course, if you collect movie masks, you kind of need one of these too, because it is exceptionally ugly and nasty and bloody. You can see out of the little cuts above the eyes. There's a little bit of space between the teeth here, for those of you who like breathing while you wear your masks. And it's kind of short in the back. It just covers the back of your head, but it doesn't have the full neck or the bib or anything in the back, just the back of the head. However, it doesn't have a slit up the back, which is nice. And it says here, Frankenstein's Army, right there. Copyright and made in Mexico at Rev, home of all the wonderful stuff of Ghoulish Productions. Big recommendation for old razor teeth. Get one today and frighten the neighbors out of your neighborhood.